Throughout history, there have been a series of disturbing events that have left many scientists with more questions than answers. The same thing will be seen next, because today I present to you the 5 strangest and mysterious events that have happened on planet Earth. Number 5. 2 years ago, at the beginning of November, the Australian sky would be covered with something very strange that would leave all its inhabitants astonished. It was a hole in the sky. It had an elliptical shape and was photographed by several frightened citizens. They didn't hesitate to send the photographs to the Australian Meteorological Institute in search of an explanation. Nevertheless, the phenomena had nothing supernatural, but it was something so curious known as sky punch. This is a natural phenomena that occurs in the highest clouds of our atmosphere. It is caused due to the low temperatures in those layers where there are clouds that freeze. When clouds undergo freezing, ice crystals begin to form, which, when evaporated, form a hole in the clouds. No doubt, that's something surprising and strange. Number 4. Since we're children, we have known legends that deal with mythical beings that walk among us. But nowadays, it seems that these creatures are manifesting little by little. Proof of this seems to be shown in a recording made in Alaska. It shows something very strange that circulates near the surface of the Chena River. Video was quickly uploaded to the internet, and immediately many people claimed that it was a relative of the Loch Ness Monster due to the similarity it had with Nessie. However, skeptics believe something very different. They believe that it's a rope that is tied to a bridge. Who knows? But until today, there's no conclusion that has been reached yet. Number 3. The universe is huge and houses mysteries that we will probably never find out. Every year, small objects fall to our planet from the sky. It is clear that we do not know many of these bodies since they fall in the ocean, but there are times that we find real surprises. For example, this case happened in Spain when mysterious black spheres fell from the sky. These spheres were 1 meter in diameter and weighed about 20 kilograms. Some thought it was the remains of a spaceship, while others thought that they had detached themselves from a dangerous military weapon. However, something that nobody imagined happened in the following days. Another sphere fell from the sky in a nearby town. The thing was starting to get very disturbing, because several neighbors said they had seen 7 more objects falling from the sky. So far, they have not agreed on the origin of these spheres. They can be remnants of space satellites, or who knows, something much more mysterious. Number 2. Year 2001, Kerala, India. There was a phenomenon that will be remembered for years. Suddenly a rain of red color turned the earth, water, and clothes of the people into a reddish color. The witnesses said that in the trees you could also see red spots, in addition to the loud thunder that accompanied the rain. This strange phenomena happened successively in 2006, 2008, and 2012, but it still hasn't been determined what caused this phenomena, although some theories say that it could be due to air spores from terrestrial algae. However, that is just a theory. Number 1. Summer of 1961 in Monterey Bay, South San Francisco. People got ready for a normal day where sun and tranquility flooded everything, but something happened. Suddenly, the news began to report something unexplainable. The seagulls have gone crazy, they said. They're attacking the population by launching themselves against children and adults as true kamikazes. No one could believe what was announced on the radio. Seagulls pecked with excessive force at anyone who crossed their path, broke glass, and entered the houses, causing an overwhelming and incomprehensible panic. The next day, people left their homes again. Some wounded, others terrified, and all with an expression of absolute dread to see the lifeless bodies of hundreds of seagulls on the floors of the small town. But what happened? Newspapers said that the attack was due to the fog that disoriented the birds, but nobody believed this version. However, another more terrifying version was the final one. The attack of the birds was due to the amnesic toxin of mollusks, a type of substance produced naturally by red algae. When seagulls were fed in turn by this fish, they suffered an attack on their organisms that produced great aggression, lack of control, confusion, and finally, death. True or false, something like this has never happened again. Zero Zone. 2005, neighborhood of Alstone, Hamburg, 2 a.m. Gunshot sounds were heard near a pond in the area. When the neighbors arrived at the pond, they couldn't believe what their eyes saw. The toads swelled 3 times their size to end up exploding. This incident was repeated for a few days, and it left up to 1,000 bodies of lifeless toads floating in the water. Shortly after, numerous hypotheses were raised. One of them was that the pond was contaminated. Nevertheless, what really happened was that the toads had been attacked by ravens in the area, which were smart enough to know that the skin of the toad is toxic and decided to attack only the area of the liver. Once this happens, the toad swells using its natural defense mechanism. But since it has no liver, no ribs or diaphragm to hold the organs together, the lungs swelled disproportionately and burst.